What if every client you onboarded made your marketing better, your targeting sharper, and your support completely automated? That's not just a fantasy. That's what happens when you build an AI flywheel. Right now, your clients are handing you the exact words to use in your ads, showing you who your best customers are, and telling you every question they need answered. And you're probably ignoring all of it. In this video, I'm breaking down how to turn client knowledge bases and support tickets into self-improving systems that scale your business while you sleep. But as always, before we get into it, I am running a challenge for myself in the month of February to post 196 unique pieces of content across social media using my AI system that I've built. This is a challenge to prove it's possible to show how posting that much content could change the trajectory of your business. So to show your support, and if you want to follow along, please like and subscribe on my YouTube channel. Plus, if you head over to my Instagram page and direct message me the word 196, you'll be one of the first to get the exact system once the month is completed. So what is a flywheel and how do we create this using AI? So in the other videos, I did 2 videos on bootstrapping. So bootstrapping part 1, bootstrapping part 2. Bootstrap part 1, we built the product. Great. We use your client's money to build the product that they are essentially using and you're using internally. Then bootstrap 2, it's how we utilize their feedback to build our knowledge base, train our system prompts and our agents, and to continue to make it better while they're using it, while you're using it as well. This is how you stay ahead of the competition. These 2 things give us the ability to create what I like to call is just your AI flywheel. AI flywheel. And then this is training system. Forgot to put that down there. AI flywheel. So in the bootstrapping part 2, make sure to go back and watch 1 and 2 in these videos. Where I really talked about in it is when you're collecting client knowledge bases, you're building client knowledge bases in your AI system. You're building and collecting information that essentially helps you do the fulfillment in your business itself. This could be anything from an agency to a consultant to any professional service. It really doesn't matter, but we all know in our business what type of information we are onboarding. And in another video, upcoming video, I'm going to be going through the onboarding and the ascension and how to make this much easier, because I do believe the onboarding agent workflow is one of the most important that you can focus on. But again, for another video. So when we onboard these clients, we put them into a knowledge base. This is a separate knowledge base than your knowledge base, because this has your strategies, your frameworks, all these fun things that are in it. Each one of these here, the information that you're collecting is extremely valuable. What is it? So these are, 1, customers of yours. So they've given you their information. They've given you their credit card. So they've already been qualified to be somebody. If you got more of them, that'd be great. And this is when they're using the actual product. This is on more of the scalability side when you're actually running an app or a SaaS or whatever you want to call it. This is where it's continuing to scale your business, not necessarily in the done for you, but there is aspects to it. You've got their personal information, their emails, what type of business there are. You potentially have pain points. You have their product service. All that information is extremely rich in the first part of essentially a qualification form at the end of the day. But once you have that credit card, you now know that if I get more of these people, they're now going to be able to be in my system. So this is where the flywheel starts to come into place. If you use your AI system to be able to analyze the people in here, I'm going to change the colors to purple in here, to be able to attract what are the top 10 people in my system that are spending the most tokens? What are the top 5 pain points of the customers that are in my AI system. All of these things you can start asking in your AI system. And then when you do that, you just put it into your marketing. You're putting it into your marketing. So you're starting to attract more and more of these people because you have that rich information already in your AI system. So instead of trying to use to guess and have all these hypothetical assumptions on who your audience is, you literally have people in your AI system where you can just ask it, who are the people that I need to target? That's step one. Then in step two is now you need to start creating ads for them. So it's like, as they're coming through, what type of ads attracting these people? You can look at their pain points. You can look at what they're trying to accomplish, their outcomes, their success. All of these things are in their knowledge base as well, their individual knowledge base. You continue to put it into marketing. This is where you start creating a flywheel for yourself that starts to self-fulfill. You can't do all these things at once. You need to understand where, as you're starting to build your flywheel, what are we going to do first? Okay, well, we're going to extract the pain points that we're trying to solve. So when we're putting it on social media, we're already solving these objections before they even come to our website, whatever it may be. Those are some things that we've done before. Additional things that we've done is even pre-purchase. There's even a step before pre-purchase where we've taken the emails and we've hyper personalized the emails to them based on their customer profile. So again, pre to them actually giving your money, and again, going to go through this onboarding ascension in another video, we were able to take that same information, hyper personalize it because we have them in our knowledge base. We've broken them down into sub knowledge bases. So it's two brains working together. This is where it becomes extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. What else can we do? It's on sales calls. You can start doing these things where, as AI callers, I don't really believe AI callers are closing deals. I haven't really seen many cases of them. But if you have people who are closing deals to move them up into your done for yous, you have all this rich information in here where you can start closing these deals better because you've already got the information that the system needs, that your salespeople need. All of this stuff can be collected, stored in their profiles, and used to create your flywheel. The biggest cases we see are taking it and turning it into marketing materials and turning it into hyper personalization. And this is where you continue to attract. Then you start pouring advertising dollars on top and using how these platforms help you target using their algorithms like Facebook and YouTube and all of these social media platforms. It continues to target people more and more and more and more. Your system, the data, all of this stuff is right in your clients. You just need to give it to your AI system to be able to create the flywheel, to be able to attract more people, which is great. And then the other part with it is now they're in your AI system and like you've got this thing cranking. They're coming in, you understand who your top customers, and it's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller too, because you're going to niche right down as the technologies, as AI progresses, as you continue to get more customers into your system. It really is. Then you've got your customer support. Customer support. I'm going to change this to green. Customer support. So they're asking questions. Now, this might be where, there's lots of customer support tools out there, and automating these things really isn't that complicated. Yes, you're 100% right. So your customer support typically is stemmed from your knowledge base. We don't even use the third-party tools anymore. We build all of these customer support agents by ourselves for our clients because it's all the information that's already in your business. It really is. You just need to be able to structure it properly in a knowledge base. Give it some sort of chat widget. We don't use Zendesk. We got rid of all of the tools. We've completely cut those costs because we've built a self-improving system using AI. So people are in, these customers in, they're using it, and they're asking your customer support. It's automated, it's automated, it's automated, it's automated. Great. If it doesn't know the answer, you have the ability to take those questions that it doesn't know and be able to fill it back into your knowledge base. So you're creating another sense of a flywheel on the customer support side. So this here, they start filling each other up. Somebody asks a question, it doesn't know, it goes into your feedback loop, which then you fill it into your knowledge base. Another flywheel that you're starting to create based on your customers interacting with your business. The big thing with AI is when you ask it a question, gun to the head, it has to answer a question. It really does. And this is where it can hallucinate, it can make things up. Even when you have the best prompts and the best knowledge bases in order, if you don't have a system that can basically tell the customer, sorry, I don't know what that answer is, please contact support for further assistance. What that is you can attach a tool call to it. I'm getting a little bit technical there. You can attach a tool call to it, which then notifies your AI system to trigger somebody on your team to fill that into a knowledge base. Once that stuff's filled in, if that question is answered again, you never have to answer it again. It's really that simple. Customers are using your product to train your system by just using it and asking questions. Customer data, as they're using the systems, all of these client knowledge bases, sub-knowledge bases that are in your AI system are creating marketing materials to connect and collect more customers like them. Now, the last part of this one is the customer support tickets as well. There's one more thing to the customer support tickets to the marketing. This one is really, this one drives me insane because the amount of gold that's in your customer support tickets is really unheard of. If you were able to take all of your customer support tickets and put it into your AI system, into your AI flywheel, the amount of marketing materials that are in there is absolutely insane. The questions they're answering, the thank yous, the testimonials, all these people are literally putting this stuff in some sort of customer communication. They are. If you're able to extract this, you could turn this into marketing materials, go top of funnel to be able to attract more people into your AI product, your system. And once you get this all set, I'm trying to think, I want to leave this all here, but I also want to I'm going to delete some of these things because we're following along here. We're going to go green again. So you've got your customer support, your marketing, your clients, and then your knowledge base and system in the middle. Customers come in and give to marketing. They're asking questions, they give it to marketing. Both of those come to marketing. Then you're going top of funnel to be able to get more people into your client, into your customers. Each one of these is essentially a step along the way, because when people are starting to use your tools and stuff like that, they're likely going to have a lot of questions that they're asking. But this information here is like, how do you solve getting less questions in the beginning? Using those, what questions are they asking? How are they asking them? And being able to build a better system because they're asking the questions. I don't know how to use the tool for these reasons. Well, what you do is you analyze those in your AI system. You create a video, you create a prompt, you create an agent, or you simplify that onboarding process to be able to not get those questions anymore. So then you start to go from here, skipping, I'm going to change this color, skipping the customer support and just going into marketing. And this is where you really start to get some scale behind your system. The customer support questions they're feeding your knowledge base. When you get questions, if you don't have an answer in the knowledge base, how do you create a tool that essentially gives them the ability to feed it back into your knowledge base so if that question's asked, it never asked again? And then when these customer support tickets come in, how do we turn those into marketing materials as well? All of these things create, I'm going to turn, I'm already using green, but top of funnel, super top of funnel. And you really start to attract these people into your system because it's literally learning from the interactions of the people who are paying you and using it. The biggest thing that we see, that I have seen over the years where people fall short, is I need a perfect system to launch. No, you don't. Send it at 60, 70%. Let it break. Let it break, because there's no test case, there's no quality assurance in the world that I have ever seen where it's launched perfectly. It isn't. Launch it, iterate. Launch it, iterate. Launch it, iterate. A lot of these big official launches, I've never seen really good, because you build up a whole bunch of success and you could get a whole bunch of people in, but you only get one launch. But if you can set these things up properly, if you can set these things up properly, each iteration that you go through, you can do another launch, another launch, another launch, another launch, another launch, driving more people in, continuing to train this whole thing together. Then all you have to do, mouse keeps changing, all you have to do is focus on this. It'll get to a point where literally all you're focusing on is just the iterations, the tweaking, and the launches that come. Whether you're building a community, or, which we highly recommend you doing, going through the importance of a community in another video, you're doing webinars, you're driving traffic straight to it, whatever it may be, this is what you get yourself to, because this is what you can focus on. It really doesn't have to be that complicated, and to set these things up doesn't have to be complicated. This is what we do at Cloud 37 every single day for ourselves and for our clients. We know more about our clients when they work with us than most of the time they know about themselves, because it's our job to be able to extract that information for them so they can build these systems for themselves. It's super important. The amount of people that don't know about their own businesses, the amount of stuff that sits in our businesses that we just do not access because we don't know how, and we don't know how to leverage it. Just breaking these down into these few things can make your life so much easier. So to recap this video and the takeaways, first of all, go back and watch the bootstrapping, number one, how to build the product, bootstrap your product, and get paying clients. Number two is bootstrap. Number two is how to use those paying clients to train your system. And then this shows into building your client knowledge bases. Then from there is how to take these, in this video, recapping how to take these client knowledge bases and turn it into marketing materials. All that rich information, turn it into the marketing materials that are in there, using your AI system to analyze what customers are good, what customers are bad. Are people spending more? Are they not spending more? All of that stuff you can do in your AI system to drive more marketing. Then you've got your customer support, how to close the gap on the onboarding of using it. Less questions here. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Less questions here. When they come in, what questions are they asking? How do we continue to close that gap where we make that experience better and better? Making that flywheel turn tighter, because that's when you're going to get more testimonials. You're going to give them those results even faster. As people are asking questions, you're also putting them into your knowledge base, setting up a tool to be able to be like, I don't know the answer, I'm going to notify somebody in behind the scenes. That happens in behind the scenes. That's not something that you tell the customer. You tell them to email support or whatever it may be. And you fill it into the knowledge base. And now you don't have to ask that question again because it's in the system. And then the last one is the customer support tickets that you're getting, also turning those into marketing materials to be able to create top of funnel advertising content, all that fun stuff, because the rich information that you're getting, is already there. You do not have to reinvent the wheel. Your customers will literally give you everything. It is that simple. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Be sure to watch all three of these. Again, these have been, the first week was a little bit more tactical. And this week are getting into more, the first week was more foundational. And this week is getting a little bit more tactical. I'm going to dive into more things, but I'm going to, in other videos, also going to be talking about the community aspect, which I touched on. I'm going to be talking about the onboarding ascension. These things are really important. So all of these videos really are going to start piecing themselves together. And there is a reason for that, because AI is very overwhelming to an extent, and I'm trying to make it as digestible as possible. So if you've got any questions, just comment below. I'm going to answer them. And again, it's going to create really good conversation. But that is the end of this video. If you haven't already heard, I'm doing the month of February, 196 plus pieces of content using an AI system that I've built. So please like and subscribe here and follow along to this journey. I really appreciate you watching it. And if you head over to my Instagram page and direct message me 196, you'll be one of the first to get the exact system before anybody else on how I'm able to do this by myself. Again, thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Comment, like, subscribe, go and direct message me, and we'll see you in the next video. But as always, stay dialed.